Oh, boys and girls, we did not start this season very well at all. A disastrous start, some might say, has left us with it all to do as we approach the halfway point of the season. We have, after some good form in the last stream, made it back up into the playoffs, but I don't know if you're familiar with my track record in the playoffs. We're not so hot at them. We need to continue our excellent form and somehow close down a 12-point gap over Ebbsfleet at the top of the league before the end of the season. Easy work. We did go into a really good run of form. So the start of the season was absolute bobbins. As you can see, it was a disaster. We even tried a new formation and that was a disaster. And then in the last stream, we were still experimenting with formations. I think this is where we started the last stream. We started with a couple of defeats. I started to panic, but then we committed there, I think, to stick with the 4-2-3-1 that had got us here for at least 5 games. And then we won all 5 of those games and carried on being really quite good. There was a long while where we hadn't won a game with Theodros in the team. We were only winning when he wasn't in the team. But we now have broken that problem as well. And we even have picked up a win there where he scored the winning goal, which is lovely to see. Little bit of a wobble towards the end of that stream. We've only 1 win from our last 3 games in the league, but we have made it through to the first round of the FA Cup. First round draw hasn't happened yet. What we'd really like is a nice cup run through to the 3rd round, all the money that brings with it, and another run of consecutive victories in the league, because we're 1 game away from being at the halfway point of the season, 12 points behind Ebbsfleet. Ebbsfleet have got to start bottling this at some point. They're on course for like 105 points or something absurd over the course of the season, which nobody gets 105 points. We cannot budget for them getting 105 points. Last season was the highest point scoring season in the history of the conference. The champions got 98 points. And then there was all of us on 92, 90, everyone down to Aldershot. I remember us saying everyone down to Aldershot had enough points to have won the league any previous season of the save. So this is much more, sort of 90 points is much more of a standard target. So I would expect them to have a 7 or 8 game wobble where they do start dropping some points and maybe only pick up 40 points in the second half of the season. Well, we've picked up nearly 40 in the first half. So if we can have a second half of the season, we're working it all out. If we can have a second half of the season as good as their first half of the season, while they have the wobble that they're almost guaranteed to have, we can make things close. But we need to be that good. And we haven't been. So that all starts today. The bins are being taken outside now, by the way. The bin news from earlier, I did tease some bin news on Twitter. They were driving past the end of my driveway at 8 o'clock this morning again. So I had to rush out there. I mean, last week, if you recall, because I never usually put my bins out until mid-morning, so I usually get picked up this sort of time, which they are now. But last week, they were so early, they had to fetch it myself off of the driveway. But this morning, I was making breakfast, glanced out the window, and they were basically at the end of the driveway, driving past. So I raced out there, put the bins out, put the neighbours' bins out, because they also didn't have theirs out yet either. And then nothing. They didn't get collected. They just drove past. And now they're looping back round again and they're collecting them now. It's so unpredictable. You don't have a youth prospect goalkeeper on your bench. I don't have any goalkeeper on my bench. Flex is scoring again. I love it. We always bring each other's bins in. Neither of us have ever taken the other's bins out before. So they'll probably think that's a bit weird. I can imagine them in there now being really English. Like, is this what we do now? For a year, we've been bringing each other's bins in and sort of unofficially taking it in turns and never talking about it. Do we now take each other's bins out as well? No, if you're watching, no, we don't. Obviously, we can't talk about it in real life. If you can hear me through the wall now, the intention was not that. It was purely the bin men were at the end of our shared driveway at 8:30 this morning. I noticed your bins weren't out, so I put them out. This isn't the start of a new thing. But thank you for offering. Can you imagine having a conversation with your neighbour And this is the FA Cup first round, by the way. What a name. Dickiko. The referee is a Dickiko. Come on, boys. We want an FA Cup second round. We're better than Yeovil. All the neighbourhood dogs are barking. They know we're better than Yeovil. Oh, that's a beautiful little turn there. That deserved a goal. Okoronkwo. Stunning stuff. I don't really play FM22 mobile. Now, someone asked me about that yesterday. I did make a video on it the day it came out. I had a quick look, but I don't really play it. I don't go anywhere. I don't need to play FM mobile. And if I go anywhere, I usually have... I was going to say my iPad. That's a sore subject. But I always have my Switch with me. So, like, when we went away on holiday before Christmas, if I'd have wanted to play any FM while I was there, I would have played touch on my Switch rather than mobile on my phone. But to be honest, I was on holiday. I didn't touch FM. Just like if you're a butcher and you go on holiday, you probably don't spend the week chopping up chickens. Have a look. What have we got in here? We've got one from 2 days ago asking why I don't make YouTube videos on the vlog anymore because they're boring. There you go. We're answering DMs now. I'm in some weird group chats that I don't understand. I don't really get what's going on. Someone, if you're the guy who sent me a DM on Thursday saying you've got having some trouble with the scouting center and players search filters, would I be able to help? No, because you've DM'd me and I don't look at DMs. Ask me in the chat now if you're here. Maybe we'll do it. Someone else said, I'm doing a Salford save. Had 2 promotions in 2 years. I was wondering, how do I build or expand a stadium? Happy New Year. And that was from the 1st of January. That was their New Year's Day message. To be fair, they did say Happy New Year at the end. I'll let them have that. Lego is how you build a new stadium. Just build it out of Lego. Someone else asking me where Ricky J. Jones is. I don't know if they mean in real life. That might have been his mum. Yeah, I'm not going to actually reply to any of the DMs, but we might make this a regular feature. I'll answer DMs on stream, but only if I can guarantee the people asking them aren't here. Right, we are running out of fit players and we need goals. We're sticking to up top again. Theodros is going up there. Clip him up and post him on TikTok. Oh, see, this is... Now you're talking. Oh, straight away. Imagine Kev's get sent a message with someone's private parts in it randomly. Why would someone send me their private parts? I don't want their private parts. That's why I had to close the P.O. box. Actually, that was more people sending hand-drawn pictures of swastikas over and over again. Because some people are really disturbing. This tactical change has made a difference, hasn't it? Yeah, I appreciate the fact they were hand-drawn, as if it was like, I'm not just sending you swastikas because I'm a nutcase. I am quite artistic as well. Look, I drew them myself. the AstroTurf samples weren't that annoying because they just went straight in the recycling bin. They didn't even get opened. So that was a marginal, like a very slight inconvenience. But the offensive stuff is why we stopped doing it. Ah, I see. Disallowed, is it? What's the weirdest thing I've been sent? Probably loads of hand-drawn pictures of swastikas. Oh, that goal was given. I thought it was being disallowed. What is this music? This is not... What the hell is going on here? This isn't my normal playlist. What just happened to my ears? I don't know what just happened. Slipped into my normal place. I got so distracted by that. We've been knocked out of the FA Cup. As we are in a little bit of a wibbly wobbly patch. I said we had to win all of the footballs while Ebbsfleet had a rough patch. What we've actually done, although to be fair, Ebbsfleet have hit their rough patch. We're now only 9 points behind them, even though we're wobbling too. We need to sort our lives out and get ourselves to the top of the league. We've got another example of old man ignorance coming up, because I'm sure this is a stupid question. But is Nap... So Nap is a person. It's not a type of tactic, right? Nap designs loads of tactics that exploit the match engine. Well, that seems pointless. So they're just spoiling the game then. Ugh. I'm just as old as you, and I know who Nap is. I don't. Like I say, I've heard the name. Magoma's at it again. Nap tactics are the best tactics. How many showdowns has he won? Just out of interest. Churns out hundreds of silly looking formations with the intention of breaking the match engine. I don't really get it. There's so many that I don't know which one you'd pick anyway. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it appeals to me. Significantly younger, thought nap was a short sleep. Exactly. Oh, Magoma's in again. Oh, Paris Magoma's a wonderful man. Why would you try to break the match engine? Yeah, exactly. Here's me deliberately trying to come up with ways to make the game harder, because just playing the basic vanilla game is very easy. So I put all these rules in place to try and make the game harder. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got the people trying to make it even easier than it already is. It makes it feel too much like a game. The reason I love FM more than any other game, and always will, is because it doesn't feel like a game. It feels like I'm really a football manager and I'm really running a football team. I don't want things to make it feel more like a game. That'll break the immersion. This is the guy who puts a suit on to play Football Manager you're talking to. The guy who goes house hunting whenever he gets a new job. I don't want it to feel more like a game. That would be horrible. Now the Leamington fans asking, why is our manager wearing a Schalke gilet? Because I went there on, here you go, in-game reason. I went there to observe coaching being done somewhere else as part of my ongoing development as a manager. Now I've got my Continental Pro license, and they gave me this sexy gilet because it was a little nippy. As and when Leamington release their own range of sports leisure wear, I'll wear a Leamington gilet. In this Leamington Earth, I'm managing them on FM. Yeah, exactly. In my spare time, I manage them on Football Manager and bought the gilet. I want a gilet now. Never had any gilet interest previously. I mean, I'm exactly the same. I've always thought if you wear one of these, you are a wang. But now I'm wearing one. I'm like, oh my word. It's comfortable and sexy. I now get it. Give me some boat shoes. I am going full wang. Barry Fryer's still kicking around at Posh. Yes, he's been our director of football for a long time. You miss Brit. What, a Sombalonga? Not especially. I can't remember the exact order it happened in, but I think the year we sold him, we signed Dwight Gale. Or was Gale before a Sombalonga? I can't remember which way around they were. I mean, remember, we have a conveyor belt of these strikers. We don't miss them when they leave. 7 points from top at the moment. Beautiful. That was a very clever little attempt at a free kick there as well. Paris Magoma is having the kind of season legends are made of. Yeah, Ivan Toney would be top 3. Where does Boyd rank? Well, he's not a striker, so he doesn't go into the rank of strikers. George Boyd is the best player who's ever played for Peterborough. But he's not a striker, so he doesn't go into the current top 3 we're working on. Question, so is the goal to win the Champions League with Leamington? Yeah, I guess. The goal is take them as far as we can. If we get to like the Championship and we're stuck there for 5 years and just can't get out of it, I'm not going to make the save last forever. But yeah, we're trying to get as far as we can with Leamington before I either get sacked or bored. I imagine, if we're being really factual about it, probably didn't have the same current ability rating as Tony or Gale, who both went on to play Premier League football. But Mikhail Smith, bearing in mind we were in League 2 when he came in, so him compared to the rest of the... He played for us in League 2 and League 1. The other two were League 1 and Championship. So it's a little bit different. We're comparing him against different standards of player. But Mikhail Smith, compared to the players he was playing with and against, was incredible. If even Bournemouth have had a go, goodness me. If Bournemouth can have a go, anyone can. Paris Magoma. Just. Oh my word. Look at Magoma just covering every blade of grass on this pitch. Why was he so poor last season? I don't understand. And that is, what a way to get your first goal for the club. 6'4" and can score goals like that. What have we just seen? Well, that's a goal. So Sunderland gave us, brackets, Rotherham, Will Grigg, who's leading us to potential league title, want to spend £6 million on one of our worst strikers in history, was always injured. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I need something there with me. I mean, if it's Posh playing, I'll watch the football match. If it's... Should I go to Posh? Just go a couple of years later or a year later. See if I can still get him to the Premier League. Might have to get him back into the Championship at this rate. Hello? What? What about my hair?
It gets everywhere, Kevin.
Oh, you can't moan at me. Your soundbar's in there.
I don't care.
You do care.
Hair everywhere.
I had to trim my moustache this morning. It was getting in my mouth. I need to shave the beard properly.
Are you going to clean it up afterwards?
Yeah, like I always do.
Yeah, so I've just been in there with lumps of his beard.
You didn't get any of my beard because I haven't touched my beard.
Well,
you got a little bit of moustache trimmings.
And your pant packages go in the bin.
Well, do they though?
T-shirt packages go in the bin.
You're the one who wants me to have a beard. I could be clean shaven, then you won't have this problem.
No.
Well, this is the price. This is the price you pay for living with such a hunk.
But you could clear it up.
I could.
Get one of them bibs.
A bib? You got to be here like 3 years before I... What the flipping heck is going on here? Peterborough United. In for one of my boys. Get out of town. You're not having him. He's mine. Everyone's in for Occoflex. Oh, actually. See, now this makes things more complicated. Because do we sell him now? Or do we let him go for free in the summer? Because the fact that Swindon want him in League 2 suggests maybe he is good enough for League 2. Maybe we should be offering him a contract. There's 3 potential options. He's asking to leave because he wants to play in a better division. Come on, Armstrong. I'm deciding whether to just let you go because I don't know if you're good enough. He's definitely leaving then. I guess we keep him around for now because we're probably not going to be able to bring in anyone better now. Although we won't be able to bring anyone in full stop. So we'll just let him leave for free in the summer. If that was 100 grand, it would be a bit different. But for 8 grand, not interested. Likewise, I'm not selling anyone for £7,500. Cambridge want Paris Magoma. Well, they can do one. Paris Magoma is no scum. What will it take to keep you here? I want to be playing League 1. Well, you can't. You play for us and we don't play in League 1. Where's the one where we have to agree a price? Reasonable amount. Reasonable amount is like 400,000. No, not 50,000. That's an absurd amount. 250, a bit too high. Oh, that's encouraging. He's put it up to 55. Let's take it down to 175 or 170 then. So we're going to have to agree at 55 because you have to agree the 3rd time. Are they going to go for... I mean, this would be really sad if we lose our star man. They haven't offered 55, so we can reject it. Awesome. Oh, God. Everyone's in for all of our players all of a sudden. Except, for whatever reason, the offers are really poor. Remember when we had that? This is more like it. Remember when these were the kind of fees we were getting for our players? Those were the days. Push for 300. He is... I mean, 210. They're not paying 210,000 for him. No chance of what they were for a minute there. That would have been terrifying. So we'll be back, probably finishing the season on Friday. We're still in the Fat Cup, but we are so far behind in the league that any hope we had of automatic promotion is gone. Because even if Ebbsfleet do bottle it, Notts County are in form now. So we've just got to try and finish as high up in the playoffs as possible. Ideally, get into the top 3 so that we don't have to play the quarterfinal. Ugh. But network game, oh God. Oh God, I'm gonna have to accept that. We'll let Future Kev worry about that on Friday. That'll be a way to start the stream miserably. We lose Paris Magoma right at the start of the stream. Oh, Oh, we haven't got any money to replace him with either. It all gets harder from here.